Hey, welcome to the Fix It Fox channel. My name is Rob Fox. Thanks for joining me today. This is why you don't paint latex paint or water-based paint over top of oil-based paint. Ever heard of the saying, oil and water don't mix? Well, that's exactly what's happened here. The door was originally painted probably way back in the 60s with some oil-based paint. Then somebody came along and I don't even think with sanding it, they just painted the door with some latex or water-based paint. And because oil and water don't mix, the water-based paint could not adhere to the oil-based paint. And although it stayed up, if you would just simply pinch the door or rub it kind of hard, that layer of latex paint would peel right off, as you saw, of the oil-based paint underneath. So it's a simple enough job to remove the paint afterwards, but it's something that you should never have to do. If you just plan accordingly and make sure that the substrate or the paint underneath what you're trying to paint is oil-based or not. And there's a simple trick to be able to find out if it's oil-based. You just get some rubbing alcohol, or if you don't have rubbing alcohol, if you have some alcohol in your cabinet somewhere, just dab it on a cotton swab and then just rub it on the paint. If the paint comes off on the cotton swab, then it's water-based. It's probably a latex paint. If it does not come off on the cotton swab and it just basically appears to clean the paint, then you can guarantee that it's an oil-based paint. So what you're going to have to do if you want to put water-based paint on top of it, first of all, scuff it up. If it's especially if it's a semi-gloss type paint or finished paint, then scuff it up And once you're done with that, you need to put a primer on it. Primers allow you to then paint on top of it either oil-based or water-based, and it will adhere to oil-based and water-based paints. So cover it with a coat of primer, and then you're off to the races. You can put your latex paint on it, and it'll stick and adhere the way it's supposed to, and you'll have worry-free paint for years to come. It won't chip, it won't crack, it won't come off just by pinching it. So there you have it, a simple job to take latex or water-based paint off of a door, in this case, that has oil-based paint underneath. Some people think, oh, it's such a big deal, I don't know what to do, it's peeling all over. Well, as you can see, it just comes off in one big sheet usually. And the rest of the stuff doesn't come off. You can just take a sander like I did. I just had 220 grit sandpaper on my sander and just sand it down. And that serves a dual purpose actually, because before you paint it with your primer, you're going to want to scuff up the surface anyways. And so using that sander to quickly get rid of any of the excess latex paint on top of the door occurs, as well as scuffs it up and prepares the door for the next stage of putting the primer on. All in all, a really simple job. Don't be afraid of it. Go for it, peel it off, prep the door or the wall, whatever you're dealing with, the cabinet door properly, and then you can cover it with your latex paint and not have a problem. Thanks for joining me today here on the Fix It Fox channel. Again, my name is Rob Fox. I appreciate your support, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. I usually have new videos coming out at least once a week, so there's great content. Follow me and you can see what I get up to on a weekly basis. See you on the next one.